what should funders especially learn? Which legal issues should they be aware of?
When you're talking about funders, are you talking about people in business?
Yes, people in business, but especially entrepreneurs,
Founders
like the
of
business owners.
yeah.
Yes.
Right. Okay. So I would say one of the most fundamental things to make sure you've got in place in business are the right contracts and agreements in the right spaces.
Right.
So it could be your premises, your contract with your landlord or the freeholder. What are the T's and C's? What's the terms and conditions of that? It could be with your clients. What are the terms and conditions that you are going to agree and have in place with your clients? It could be with your providers. If you're B2B, it doesn't matter who you're contracting with. There will be at some point, even if you're selling homemade products on the internet, there will be somewhere where you need to think, what are my T's and C's? What are the terms and conditions? For example, if you are selling simple products or any products on the internet, do you offer refunds? Right. If you don't, in the UK, the law says if your product or service doesn't work, you have to offer a refund. So regardless of whether you say no refund policy, if your product is defective, the UK Consumer Rights Act says you have to offer your client or your customer a refund in full.
Oh, does it work also for service?
For service, yes, absolutely. If it's defective, if it doesn't work, if it hasn't done what it's supposed to do. So having your contracts in place, and they don't have to be complicated documents that go on for pages and pages and pages and that you spent lots of lawyers, lots of money to obtain. Yes, I agree that there will be circumstances where taking legal advice is paramount. But getting contractually in place what you should at whichever level of your business there is room to do that, I think is absolutely key. I'll give you an example. Protecting any asset that you have or anything that you've created is very important. You may think that you're the only person doing it, and you might be the only person doing it, checking if somebody else is doing what you're doing so you're not infringing on anybody else's trademarks or brand names. And, the internet is a great place to start these sorts of checks and things. And going back to the example that I was going to give you, the guy that invented the Velcro wallet was a guy called Robert Kiyosaki. He's also the author of a long line of books called Rich Dad, Poor Dad. You've heard of him, Lauren.
Yes.
So he invented the Velcro wallet in the 1980s. It might have been late 70s, but I think it was early 1980s. He went over to the Far East and said, I want a big number of these wallets. I've got lots of big orders. They said, fantastic. Of course, we'll provide you with that, sir. Off the factories went, providing him these Velcro wallets. Overnight, he became a multi-millionaire in the early 80s, right? And then overnight, within a short space of time, he became bankrupt. And the reason for that is because he did not go and protect his Velcro wallet idea.
Right.
And the factories that he gave his orders to thought, blimey, how many hundreds of thousands of these are we producing? There's a market for these. We will produce some as well.
Okay.
So very quickly, the market got flooded by people competing with him. So all this money he invested into getting this wonderful product that he created went up in smoke. So protect your business. And that, I would say, takes specialist legal advice when you're trying to protect a product, an idea, or trademarking your brand, because they are specialist areas in the law, and they can save you your business, massively.